Yeah, I mean, there's so much to unpack there, but I want to spend a little bit time talking about partnerships because you co-invested a lot. You did so much different stuff over the years, and I was listening into Steve Kerr, the head coach of Golden State, did like this session at Berkeley talking about culture and leadership, etc. And he also has this dilemma that you also have. You have this very skillful person, maybe doesn't have the best values, and the other way around. You find a guy, right type of values, you can connect with him, but
Yep.
not as skillful as the other one. How have you balanced those traits? Because you meet so many brilliant people, but I mean, it's also dangerous if you don't find people with the right values, right?
Now, Chris Ross, I was talking about this exact thing this morning with a good friend who's actually another podcast host. And I won't use the vernacular I actually call it, but let's just say I call it the no jerk rule. I have a different word that I use. Um, but yeah, and I've only violated it twice in my life, and both times it cost me money and pain and suffering. So I'll never do it again. And you're right. I am blessed, right? I get paid to talk to the smartest people in the world about investing. Right? That's my job, right? Go out and find us managers in stocks, in bonds, in hedge funds, in private equity, in venture capital, and build portfolios for our clients. And I've talked to Nobel laureates. I've had dinner with Harry Markowitz. I've talked to Myron Scholes. I've hung out with Cliff Asness, who's one of the smartest people on the planet, another former Chicago guy, and all these people. And the reality is, there are a lot of smart people, but a smart person with bad values is dangerous, and it will cost you money every time. And I said I've learned it the hard way a couple times, and that's the problem with investing. Is you don't get to learn from other people's mistakes. You got to feel the pain in your gut yourself, and so you got to make the mistakes, and then you do learn. So values, character, are the most critical thing. And back to my scholarship thing, right? We look for four things, right? We look for intellect, not intelligence, right? I don't want someone who scored a perfect grade on the SAT. I want someone who's intellectually curious, who has a fast motor, who really wants to dig deep into ideas. And when you have a conversation, you seek people with opposite opinions so you can find truth, not to convince the person of your view, but to seek truth. Then we're looking for character, and character is, there's a bright line, right? There's right and wrong, and people who have good character. And one of my favorite stories about that is they say character is what you do when you think no one's looking. And there's this great story. So we had this young man, and he was interviewing, and he was awesome in person in the interview process. He was awesome. I mean, everybody loved him. But someone saw him basically dressing down a maid, basically yelling at her because his bed wasn't done the right way at the hotel. And I said, out, done, right? If you treat people that you don't think can help you poorly, I got no time for you. And that character is a big thing. The third thing we look for is a commitment to what we say Catholic social teaching, which doesn't mean you have to be Catholic, but you have to believe in that you're put on this planet to give back, right? To make an impact. And that do you want to use your talents that are a gift of grace to help others? And so and then the fourth is leadership. And really, leadership is about inspiring others to follow your vision. And that is something that is sadly lacking in our world today, is true leadership. Look around the world, not a lot of great leaders. The bygone days of people like John F. Kennedy and others are really absent today, and we really need that leadership. You do see it in certain sectors. There are some tech leaders who I think are extraordinary. You talk about basketball. I mean, someone like a Phil Jackson, who's an extraordinary leader and is able to motivate. And Steve Kerr played for Phil and brings that same motivational strategy and style to others. So I do think those are the things. Again, long answer but it's such an important point that all day I will back character and honesty and integrity over intelligence and super creativity and all those things. I give one example, one last example of that. So I've been blessed. I mean, truly, truly blessed to have some great mentors in my life. And probably my biggest advice, I tweeted this out about a year ago, advice to my younger investing self. And one of the biggest points was find mentors. And I was dumb, right? I didn't find mentors until late in life, but I was lucky at 34 years old. I did get Julian Robertson, famous hedge fund manager, as a friend and mentor. And I just lucky. But he was a man of impeccable character and integrity. And my favorite story is one day he went through customs, right? Got off airplane, went through customs, and he was wearing a pair of shoes that he had bought in Italy, and he forgot to declare them. He literally wrote out a check and sent it in the next day. I mean, who does that, right? Most people lie about what's in their suitcase, let alone, oh, I forgot to report this, so I'll send them money. I mean, the guy is amazing. But he had a great line about that when he would ask an analyst, what are the numbers? And you could tell when someone starts to make stuff up or draw on kind of and he said, never fudge the numbers. Never fudge the numbers. And the same applies to character. Never cross the line into, just because it's easy and expeditious and you might make a little money, if it's wrong, it's wrong. And again, I just have no time for that.